a good mood. Good Monday morning, everyone. This is Atlanta and Company. I'm Christine Pilara. Technology is something we love to talk about on this show. Overall, it's making our lives easier, but it's also helping us look and feel younger. Here to explain the techniques that can help remove the years is double board certified facial plastic surgeon, Dr. Mark Beaty. Dr. Beaty, welcome back.
Thank you.
Great
Thanks for
to have
having me,
you.
Christine.
Absolutely. Well, as I said, we always like to talk technology.
Sure.
And in terms of what it can now do to our face, to our bodies, it's just incredible. And today we want to focus on a few things. The first one being facial rejuvenation. So what advances have been made in this department in the last 10 or so years?
Yeah, well, you know, in the last 10 or 15 years of my practice, one of the things that has evolved the most is the opportunities that we have to help people with facial rejuvenation. It turns out that it's so much more than just tightening skin and pulling things. What this is about really is doing an effective analysis of each individual patient and then being able to use a combination of methods. Some of them may be surgical, some of them may be non-surgical, to produce an overall pleasing aesthetic result, and that's really what we're after.
Absolutely. So you take each individual, you know, by a customized basis, then saying, okay, this might be good for you, this might be good in conjunction with something else, and you hope to get that natural look, is what I always tell people. You want people to just say you look great, not like, ooh, she's had some work done.
That is exactly right, and it is all about a natural look. We don't want our patients to look operated upon. That was years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So our techniques now, as you mentioned, are really focused on evaluating that individual. And as technology has progressed and the amount of tools that we have to work with people's faces for rejuvenation purposes have advanced, we really have been able to do this in a much more effective manner.
And this looks very subtle on this woman. I don't know what you did, but whatever it did, it just looks, she looks 10 years younger. She looks well rested, refreshed.
And that indeed is the point. That's what we're trying to achieve for folks.
Just beautiful. And now Prolift technique, what is that?
So Prolift is a technique that I have developed over the last 10 years or so of my practice. And what it refers to is a method of facelifting that involves a progressive analysis of what the patient's problem is all the way through the time of surgery. So rather than just seeing somebody and deciding, okay, we're going to do this procedure, procedure X, what we do in this technique is all throughout the process, from consultation to surgery to aftercare. Everything is done in a progressive fashion, making diagnosis and analysis of that patient's problems as we go. Prolift is an acronym for Progressive Limited Incision Facelift Technique. This was first described earlier this year. I published the technique. And as I said, this has been in development for 10 years.
And how can Prolift maximize the results that we get?
Okay, so the key idea with Prolift is that changing the contours of the face requires moving and repositioning the supportive structures, not really the skin, but the supportive structures, back to their position where they started when you were a few years younger. So what the technique does is uses a limited set of incisions, and the very first thing that we do is to analyze what that supportive tissue is like. Because this is something you can't see from the outside.
Exactly.
Only when we get there and actually can put our hands on and put our instruments on that tissue can we determine what you as an individual may need. Then the entire procedure that we choose to do is customized for that patient, getting us the individualized, natural appearing results that we're after.
And how about talk about the recovery time? Because you're saying minimal incisions, so I imagine the recovery time maybe not nearly as long as it used to be if you were having a full procedure.
Well, this is the second part, the second key part of the concept of this technique is that because we don't do any unnecessary maneuvers, there's nothing that's been decided upon absolutely beforehand, then the incisions remain as small as they possibly can be. The amount of manipulation is as small as it possibly can be. We're going to get the results because that analysis is being made every step along the way, but because we're eliminating potentially unnecessary things, then recovery time is kept to a minimum as well. Less swelling, less bruising,
Great.
Easier recovery.
Absolutely. And who's a good candidate?
Well, really, because the technique is individualized to each patient, anybody who has a concern about their degree of facial aging, whether it may be some very early mild changes to very significant drooping and skin laxity, we can accommodate them with this technique because it is continually adapted to what the needs of that patient are.
Excellent. I know you have a great special for Atlanta and Company viewers, so tell us what that is.
Yes. So for all of our viewers today, we are offering free consultations for facial rejuvenation.
Great.
Including the Prolift technique and any other options that may be appropriate for them. If they'll just call in and reference the show. Additionally, anybody that has a procedure, we're offering a complete post-procedure package will be complimentary.
That's incredible. Up to $350 value. Thank you, Dr. Beaty. I appreciate your time. And where are you located?
We are in Alpharetta on Old Milton Parkway.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thanks for having me.
This is a great special. If you do want to take advantage today, please call Beaty Facial Plastic Surgery. That number is 770-753-0053, or check them out online at beatymd.com.